Okay, what do you want to say to your Korean relatives?
여기 있었으면은 같이 싸 먹고 좋을 텐데 나 혼자 먹기가 힘드네. 그쵸?
It was a rough transition to get out of bed this morning. I really don't like working out on Mondays. I hate pull-ups. You can never start them too early.
You found your weight.
Okay, don't smash your toe. I hate Monday mornings. I hate waking up early. I hate pull-ups. And I don't really have any long-term physical weightlifting goals, except for just to remain generally physically fit. But the thing I've noticed about waking up early and doing hard things on a Monday morning is it just gets me in this mindset of being able to do work and kind of like be on my guard and feel like I can kind of attack the week in a way. So that's kind of the main benefit for working out early. It's just like doing hard things together. The long-term benefit of sleeping in an extra hour is not that great.
I've brought home muffins and pastries from work yesterday, so that's what we're having for breakfast. It's the same coffee shop that Ven and I have our breakfast business meeting in every week that we try not to order pastries from to try to be healthier. They're super good, but they're following us.
We're just sitting here and I'm enjoying my reading and my writing and my coffee. And then Rachel gets here to teach me Hebrew just when I feel like I'm starting to get ahead in life. Boker Tov!
Boker Tov.
Who's that? Kol Hayom. Cammy, what's that mean? He moves. Kol Hayom.
Today, I'm going to show you guys probably one of my favorite places in the world, but at least our property, which is our backyard and the garden that my mom has been working on now for quite a while. It's her favorite place too, I think. And this is the garden that I built for her that I used to help, like convince her to move in our backyard. So this is it right here. So we step out our back steps just right here, and I'm gonna get my mom to give you a tour. Mother.
Hi.
All right, show us around.
Alrighty. So starting, we have two larger bed and smaller beds outer area, and we have a 4 post, and we have a climbing plants like gourd and loofah on each post. And this year loofah is not doing as well, but I have gourds, so I'm excited to see those. And they grow very fast. Each day 4 to 6 inches. So I will show you mark later. Here volunteer sunflower, but this is kale. larger leaves kale and green lettuce. And we harvested quite a bit, so it's kind of going up for seedling, but I think we can still harvest some more. And we have a larger tomatoes. It is happens to be a big boy, but we have this. These are all volunteer peppers that I planted on each side. 2 rows of beans and red lettuce and climbing beans, pole beans, and volunteer some tomatoes. And here are the last week I picked the 2 kinds of beans, wax yellow beans and green beans, and I think actually it's more than what we need for one meal. And I didn't show you yet, but we have a cucumbers. These are second crops this year. And we have a little, what do you call that, grapes.
Yeah.
That this year we have more.
Those are the grapes.
And should we go there? So we have a raspberry and blackberry patch.
I've shown them those.
And these are cucumbers we did this year, and this year we did much better. So I'm pleased, and I replanted more last week, so we will see. And these are basil. I harvested twice, and so they are short, but they are healthy. And these are, what do you call that? Bell peppers. Different colors of bell peppers, and they are very healthy. And we have at the fence those okra that not many people like except me, so I just didn't get the prime spot there. So these are the gourds and Napa cabbage this year. This is what I use for kimchi, to make a kimchi, fermented food, good for you. At the Kroger store, $1.49 per pound, someplace $1.99, and each had about 5-6 pounds or something. So you know what, I don't want to spend that much money.
Getting rich.
Yeah. Well, so I just planted zucchini squash last week here because I harvested, spinach, Swiss chard, and beets. And these are cherry tomatoes that some I planted and some were volunteers, but we planted cherry tomatoes at the end side last year, so most likely volunteers will also cherry tomatoes.
When you say volunteers,
I didn't plant. It's from the seed from last year. So they are hardier. Seems like they are survivors. And romaine lettuce. We are having good time with the romaine lettuce this year, and I just transplanted, because what grandchildren sowed, it just like hundreds came out. So I'm just spacing out. And this is another kale, curly kale, and this is carrot, and these are romaine lettuce that I spaced more properly from this place to here. So they are nicer, and children have been making Caesar salad. Okay, there's another Russian red kale. I use this I think we use for the chips and smoothie I make. I have 3 kinds of kale, and these are cucumbers, and these are my measuring stick there. This is a gourd. But see, 6-18, it is each day in the morning I mark, and about 4 or 5 inches. And I'm not going to do any more because it's very predictable.
some people measure their kids.
Yeah. This is kind of Asian chives. It's a garlic chives. It's very delicious, especially for pot sticker. I cannot make without this. And onions and jalapeno peppers, strawberry. Anyway, we harvested in spring, and here's a rhubarb. We had big 2 rhubarb plants, but they happen to be not red, and I like red just for the color. So I transplanted 1 rhubarb plant in our garden. So this one is the main one, and I planted red one this year, so hopefully this is a true red. It's for the color, taste was same. And we harvested a lot. I froze some and we made rhubarb crisp and pies, and I think 3-4 times already, 4 times already. So that's very good. And we have lots of cilantro this year, more garlic chives and dill and oregano, not much, but it's rosemary and pepper, mint. I had some from my garden, so I divided and put in between this thing. Since it's a succulent, they don't need as much water, and they just give a pretty background or pretty landscape. And if it is overgrown toward the garden, it is easy to pull out and stick in other holes.
Why do you do this garden?
Why do I do this garden? Because I enjoy them growing. And that is one of the reasons. And then I like to have kales or good food for smoothie instead of going to the store, and just enjoy doing it. It's just a beautiful, it's so fun watching them grow.
How much time a day do you spend out here?
I just come. Throughout the day, there's always some needs there, like tying the tomatoes. And so this year what I did is that instead of using rope for the tying tomatoes, I used all my t-shirt and things that I was going to give away in the box. So I made a strips and then I tied.
Okay, what do you want to say to your Korean relatives?
I wish you could enjoy my lettuce.
So you can see why these tables here and this fire pit,
Look at this.
this is like one of our favorite places to hang out and just eat dinner in the middle of the garden. It's so awesome. It's like so full of life. And this yard, it used to have a wall going right here because this was the yard for that house, and then our house right here didn't really have a yard. So one of the first things we did when we first moved here was to tear down this wall.
Doves trying to take out that part of the wall.
And then we built this garden hoping that my mom would come, and it worked. I am so thankful that my mom is here and that this garden is here, especially for the kids, just to be around so many things that are living and so many things that are growing. I feel like a lot of the stuff that we're not doing in homeschool is made up for just by them being around life and food and beauty like this. But now, since we're out of coffee, it's time to do some roasting.
Hey, do you want Oh yeah, I remember I made those with that.
Coffee looks good. Dang it, you guys. We watched the Batman Lego movie on Friday. I was so excited. But it was like Matrix and the second part of 300 that they did and Babe, Pig in the Big City. So disappointing. Not as good as the first one.
the garden?
It was still okay, but disappointing.
Yeah. The kids made dinner for themselves tonight. So we've got green beans here from the garden. And then this business over here is Alfredo sauce that Eden made.
And bread.
And noodles. And bread and cheese. Ben and I are gonna take his parents out to dinner tonight as a thank you for watching the kids while we were in Israel.
Bye. This is probably Cammie and I's favorite restaurant, but my parents have never been there before.
We just got these fresh made here donuts with these amazing dipping sauces. It's probably my favorite part. This is the sea salt caramel, this is pistachio, and this is chocolate. Dip them in.
What did you think of that food?
I like your food. I always do. Someone else's. Oh no, I enjoyed.
What did you think of the food there?
Very tasty. I enjoyed it very much.